So welcome to Sunday Trading Service, episode 4. Right. Today basically I don't know what to talk about today. Okay. We can talk about market structure, I can talk about plans or trade. But anyway, here's the deal though. So understanding algo market structure. So algo market structure or advanced market structure. Advanced market structure. Now pay attention. So the first one I want to see is for buys, right? So we have basically three ideal, right? But the first one and the second one, the first one is more like an A plus setup. The second one is more like a B plus setup. And the third one is more like a C plus setup. All right. So I highly, okay, pretty much prefer to use type 1. And this is what I've learned for this week, right? The first things I want to do is the rules that guides it. That guides it, right? So the first one is for buyers. I want to see is the sweep of this previous low. You see this low right here, this high low, right? I want to see the sweep. At the end of the sweep, I want to see a breaker structure. This right here. This is what I mean by breaker structure. So we're gonna write it by BOS. So BOS, right? So BOS seems like break of structure, right? Pretty much. And then what I want to do is I want to see another break of structure on this guy. These are the things that I've learned for over the week, right? So this is type 1, okay? This is type 1, and then boom. So from here to here, it's called my swing structure. From this high here to this low here, it's called my swing structure. And then I want to see a correction to this pretty much closer to this lower high here, and then boom, right? And then I have another BOS, breaker structure, and then we have there. So this right here, pretty much we can call it A, B, and C. From this guy to this guy to this guy. So what I want to see is price to come back here, but no, check this out. Okay, ideally come here and then boom. That's first what I want to see. Okay, and then we have the second one. So remember, A plus, B plus, and C plus setup. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the second one is this. The second one. So B plus setup. Right. Ideally, what I want to see in my B plus setup is this. We have this breaker structure right here. See this one breaker structure, and then price goes up to. Oh no, this is a sweep. Sorry, this is a sweep, and this up here is the BOS breaker structure. Okay, and then boom. Then we can have another breaker structure. I know the sweep, another sweep. Okay, but before price breaks this structure here, price does this. Boom, boom, say boom, boom, and then we have it this. Then price comes closer to this guy, and then takes it out, right? But let's do a clean sheet of paper. Let's do a clean sheet of paper. Right here, see my goals right here, $5,000 for the day, right? So B plus setup, right? This is for buys, by the way. There's a buy idea. Let's have more room here so you can see clearly, right? So the first things I'm looking for is a sweep of this previous low, right? And then another breaker structure. So this is BOS, and this is a sweep. That first thing first, I want to see it, right? Then from here to here is my swing structure. From this guy to this guy is my swing structure, right? Perfect. Now, what I want to see is that I can spit another sweep of this previous guy. So like waiting for two sweep or one sweep. Okay. But price before it breaks this guy, it goes up, right? And then forms a low and then now breaks this guy. Now we have a BOS. Okay. And then from here to here is my swing structure. So and then I mark this part. Okay, so ideally what I want to see is price to transact, but don't take this guy. So this guy here, HL, 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 this guy right here is my protected low, higher low, right? That price I want to see to retrace and then boom. See how it's precise? Okay, now let's go to the 3. Now 3 is the C plus setup. Okay, ideally what I want to see is a sweep. First things first, I want to see is the sweep here, right? And then price. So from here to here is my swing structure. From here to here is my swing structure. Then what I want to see is price goes up and then forms another break of structure, right? And then price comes back, this guy here, and then it gives me a sweep, right? So from here to here is my swing structure, right? And the other one I want to see is price go up, boom, and then we have another BOS right here. So from here to here is another my swing structure, but in a scenario whereby from here to here I don't have another low. Okay, I can't see another low. Okay, so I always anticipate, I always expect price to come and take this guy here, and then after taking it out we have an expansion. Okay, so remember all highs or all lows are simply, it's called inducement, right? It's called inducement, and we're using as I call it market structure plus market. Let me finish up. Structure plus, okay, money liquidity, right? Plus POI or AOI, simply area of interest or point of interest. Okay, area of interest or point of interest, right? But see, this is what we have. So as you can see for the first one here, second one, and that when you can clearly see the difference in terms of the sweeps. But first things first, I want to see always. So always note, always look for sweeps. Okay, if I don't have a sweep, it can be sweep of the previous high low, low, and lower highs. So the first things first I want to see is that if I can't see that, I anticipate, I expect the next high to be taken out. And this one always you look for the monthly time frame or the higher time frame or higher, time frame. Okay, now let's continue. Right, let's continue. Let's now break down for the cells. Right, you'll see the difference between the cells. I'm writing my goals down here, right? Daily and income. Right, I'm writing my goals. Okay, I'm writing my goals. So now let's sell advanced. Okay, market structure. sales, advanced market, or sales algo. Okay, market structure. Okay, so remember we have type 1, type 2, and type 3, right? Type 1 is A plus setup. That type 2 is B plus setups, right? And then we have type 3 is C plus setups. Okay, I always try the type 1, type 2. Yeah, I find like type 1 you can make majority of the most money. So in my type 1, the A plus setup, I increase my risk. When it comes to risk allocation, I've kept saying that they play a lot, so I can increase my risk. Okay, where as compared to type 2, I can risk 50. The highest I can go is, check it down between 20 to 30%, right? But for type 1, go like 50 to 60 risk allocation, right? In type 3, the 10 to 50% of risk, right? So here's the deal. So let's go for sales. The first things first I want to see is the sweep. Okay, is the sweep of this guy. Okay, you see this guy is sweep, so meaning price comes to sweep it. Boom. And then we have a break of structure like that. So this is BOS and this is sweep here, right? So from here to here is my swing structure. Okay, from here to here is my what? Swing structure. And now I can anticipate to see another break of the structure, another sweep, okay, of this previous high. I can anticipate to see another sweep, okay. I can anticipate to see another sweep and then another break. So basically, the basic has failed like that. BOS. It can be like this, okay. And then we have from here to here is my swing structure. So remember, this is type 1. This is A plus setups, right? So pretty much, right? So from here to here is my swing structure. Now, what I want to see is price comes closer to this lower high right here. So this is lower low. This is lower low. Right? Price comes up here and then takes structure again. So now what I have is this lower low, lower high. So I have like my pattern A, B, and C. So what I anticipate price to do to transact comes to take this guy out and then sell off, right? So we have this, it's called impulsive move. Impulsive move is like simply a minor structure, right? This retracement that you see here is called transactional liquidity, but transactional is called retracement, pullbacks, or correction, right? So pullback, right? Corrections, correct. You still write corrections or correct, or transaction. Price is transacting, transactional, right? So this is type 1, right? Let's go for the type 2 here, right? So first things first, I want to see is a sweep, okay, of this guy, of this lower high, and then a break of structure right here, right? And then anticipate to see another, I can expect to see another sweep here, right? But before break structure, price that this comes low, then goes up. It forms another lower high, and then now breaks structure. This guy here, right? BOS, right? And what I anticipate is from this guy here, this lower low to this lower high is my swing structure. And then up here I have another lower high. So this is my type 2, by the way. Okay, so this is my B plus setup. right? So from this lower high to this lower low, I have my swing structure. And then between this swing structure, I have my lower high, another lower high. So anticipate price to come, go up, transact, pull back, take this guy out, and then sell off. So remember, this high that you see here, up here, is my protected high. That's because my stop loss. Okay. And then this high here, right? You see, price did take it out. And then we have my protected high, protected high, lower high, rather, right? So that's what we have. Now let's go for type 3. Type 3, okay, is my C plus setup. Okay, 3 C plus setup. Well, basically, the first law I want to see is a sweep of this guy here, and then price break structure. So this is sweep, right? Now, and then from here to this guy is my swing structure. Now anticipate here we have a high and then here we have a low. So anticipate price to take this guy out and then break structure and then it creates another swing structure. So from this new high lower high, then we have another lower low. As you can see in the middle, there's no high. So what I anticipate always price again to sweep this guy out and then boom. But what I've come to see is these setups play more often, right? But still display, but it depends on which time frame. Okay. But here's the deal. Let's talk about one of the key that I've come to understand is trade management. Trade management and trade stewardship. Right. This is not people uh, many people talk about risk management and psychology, but risk and money management goes along with psychology plus psychology. Okay, I've come to understand that once I place a trade, just randomly placing the trades and having planned before trade, and then price reaches my stop loss and say, you know what, I want to put my stop loss here, but I don't put it. So I tend to become more emotional and not, closing that trade in profit or no, not profit, closing that trade in losses. Like this week alone, we took a hit of $70. It's just crazy, which is so crazy. But I will use this loss and I will make $70,000. Why? Because I've learned that lesson. Because trade stewardship. A lot of people in the space don't talk about this, but I begin to digress. Okay, I want to create whereby I have like a step-by-step structure. Okay, structure, liquidity, bottom interest, PI, and and risk management and trade stewardship. That's it. Okay, in order for to help people out there, right? So this is what it means. Once, what will you do once a trade idea is alive in real market, right? Conditions, right? What will you do now? What now? Here's the thing. I've come to understand, like to plan the trade before taking the trade. Plan the trade before taking the trade. Okay, plan the trade before taking the trade is really cool. So, like, know my SL, like me deposit like 2K, okay, or $100, whatever, and then just risk $30. Okay, Okay, so like put $30 in the meta 5, and then 70 is in the, you know, is not in MT4. So pretty much is not in MT5, pretty much, right? And then I target from this. I target like 1,000, like 1,900 or to $2,000. And then now once account, it will be on this guy here to here. Now once the account is here, me I risk $600 to target what? Target 10,000. Target 15,000. 15,000 to $18,000. Right? Is it possible to do this? Now here's the deal. Once account reaches here, right? Remember what I will do here to this guy here, right? Account is a $2,000 or $1,800. What I will do is here pretty much 1930 or 2030. What I will do is I will withdraw, like place it, not put this money in MT4, only put the risk amount in MT4, like the risk allocation amount in, in my MT4 only, right? So pretty much like 1930 minus 600, or 2030 minus 600. So that's 6. So that's pretty much how much? 15. Yeah, you do the math. Gonna, let's do the math. Where's my iPhone? Let's do this quick math. Let's just do this quick math. So 1930 minus 600, right? So I will do 1330 here. 1330 withdraw. Okay, not putting in MT4, putting in the other side of the broker. And now 2030 minus 600. Okay, withdraw 1430 withdraw. Right, putting in the other side of 94, right? And this is what we have for the week as the intention, right? Okay, like this is my plan to trade $1 million account, right? So risk $20,000 risk per trade, 50 highly quality trade swing, like 50 for the year. That's it for the year. I did a hold, and so risk $20,000 per trade idea. Okay, and aim for 300, okay, to 400k USD in both derivative and currency plus metals, right, trades, right, in the financial markets. Like this is my plan, like my $1 million personal account, as you can see, personal account, live account. Okay, so this is my weekly intention. Be very aware and be very intuitive. Like do life, yoga, and my health with integrity and self-respect, and self-trust. It's supposed to be self-trust, right? So rules that guide the advanced market structure, like what I was teaching you earlier, right? And questioning every trade idea, meditate on it, right? Meditate on each and every trade idea based on the rules, okay, that guides the advanced market structure, market outlook structure, right? I see, plan my trades, like every dollar, every deposit to have a plan, every deposit to have a what? A plan. every deposit to have a plan and meditate on it. Like this year, we can do kind of meditation. I want to do kind of meditation for focus. Okay, for focus, right? And yeah, meditate three times per day, and then 5 to 15 minutes declaration power, right? So that's it with the matrix for the day. Um, yeah, let's see if we can do another session tomorrow, right? And go deeper. I'm planning to put Wi-Fi at my home so I can be doing, chart breakdowns and what I'm looking for and looking for my system and my model, right? So with that being said, guys, see you at the top because the room is way too crowded. Never look down upon anyone unless you're willing to have the most important thing. This believe that you can. So way more profitable than believing that you can't. So see you guys tomorrow. I'm planning to be doing this often to do more live trades, like perform accounts, plan of trades, account building, account growing, account compounding, like with proper risk allocation. But one of my biggest takeaway for this week is to plan my trades, right? Plan my trades and change my plan. This is right before I even place buy or sell. Like every capital I have is a soldier for me in the market. I deployed in the market to go fight for me. Okay, to go fight for me. So win or lose, it doesn't matter. But I prepare in my I prepare in advance. I prepare in advance, and I give myself grace. I give myself time in this market, right? And I know that this thing is going to work out. This thing is working out, and it will pay me for the rest of my life. Me and my family will be taking care of us. See right here, this is $5,000 plus each and every day. Need more? I can add this easily and effortlessly. Okay, it's done. Okay, so that being said, love you guys. I, tomorrow or Tuesday, I can see if I can do another session for you. Still on market structure, but this time, or maybe Tuesday, I can still write down Tuesday basic plus advanced. Okay, structure. Okay, and touch about liquidity. Just simple. So with that being said, guys, love you. Peace be with you.